Today I'm going to be winterizing a 2021 Pioneer BH250. So I'm on the go today. I've got two campers to winterize. This is the first one. So I've packed up the tools I need here. What I've got here is a little pretty portable air compressor. This one's from Harbor Freight. It's got an adjustable regulator built in, so I've got the pressure dialed down. We're probably going to dial it into 35 or 40 psi. I've got some dryer sheets to put throughout the camper. I've got an 1 1/16" socket with an extension on a 1/2" ratchet. I've got an adapter to put compressed air into the city water connection. I've got an impact with a square drive bit on it. I've got this Camco RV antifreeze pump, and I've got about 3 gallons of RV antifreeze. So we're gonna get right into it and try and make this a quick video. This should be a pretty easy camper to winterize. So hopefully the video will also reflect that and be quick and fast. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to crack open the anode rod here. We're gonna unscrew that, which I'm gonna have to do off camera since I don't have enough hands. And we're gonna open up the pressure relief valve so that it drains out quick. So that's the first thing we're gonna get going on, is draining the water here. So we've got this rolling now. Here's the anode rod. Looks a little corroded. Probably has another season in it. Depends on how proactive you want to be about keeping a fresh one of these in. It comes out pretty quick once you've got the pressure relief valve cracked open. So we're going to let this drain completely out. And I probably already did this backwards because on this particular model, I don't know if we can see it in there, but we've got our low point drains right behind this. So we can't really do anything with them when we've got this thing draining. But as you can see, it's just about done here. So as soon as it's done, I'm gonna flip the door back up and close, and then we can reach under there and get the low point drains. So I've reached under here and I've got the low point drains draining. Not much coming out of there, but we're looking good with that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna step inside. Since we've got all of this stuff drained out here, we're gonna walk around to the inside, and I've already pulled off the panel, but we're gonna see where the access is for everything we need to do in here. So I've pulled off this panel. This panel right underneath the oven has 2 little square drive screws, and then we can get access right here. We're gonna need to flip these valves to bypass the water heater, and then our inlet for the RV antifreeze right at the pump is gonna be under this drawer here. So I'm gonna pull that drawer out and we'll get access to that. Okay, so to get this drawer out, we're gonna pull it out here. There's a little tab right here we're gonna push up, if you can see that little black tab. And on the other side, we push it down. They're kind of reversed. And then we should be able to slide the drawer out. And now we've got access. We'll slide those rails in. Now we've got access inside here. So here's a little better view. I got a different angle here and got a light in there. So you can see the valve right here and the hose just tucked inside that drawer. Okay, back outside here, we've got the water here all closed up. We've got our low point drains closed. I've put the adapter onto the city water connection, and now I'm gonna plug the compressor in. The compressor I'm sure will kick on. Hopefully it won't disrupt anything too much. It's a fairly quiet one. And like I showed earlier, I've got it dialed to 35, 40 psi. Right now we're just gonna compress the system. We don't have anything open. So now that we've got pressure in it, now I'm gonna reach back under here and I'm gonna open up each low point drain individually. Okay, we're good with the low points. Now we're gonna go around and we're gonna open up every fixture. So right here we've got the outdoor shower. You can see there was quite a bit of water in there. Okay, we're good with that. Now we're gonna step back inside and we're gonna get the fixtures on the inside. All right, we're in the bathroom. We're gonna get the sink. And you want to be a little cautious because when you hit the air, it'll spill. All right, then we're going to move to the toilet. All right, so we're going to get the toilet here. Now we're on on to the shower. This might be a little tricky. I'm going to try not to soak myself here. We'll turn both these on and go through the shower head, make sure everything's flushed out. Alright, I think we're good with that. Now we're out to the kitchen here. We're just going to put it in the middle and get hot and cold at the same time. Back out here, I can now pull the compressor off, and now we're going to start pumping the RV antifreeze into the system. Okay, I've got the Camco hand pump hooked up now to the RV antifreeze. I'm going to reach under here and I'm going to crack open both of the low point drains. Still got a little bit of air left in there. Okay, we got both of those open. So now we've got a vent. So we're not going to be building up pressure. We're just going to be pumping RV antifreeze through. I'm going to pump it until it starts draining out the low point drains. This is really only to get it in the first couple feet of line here. This might not be a necessary step, but I feel like it's worth doing because you don't want to have to deal with a burst pipe or pressure line because you've not addressed everything. So we're going to just start pumping here. And it shouldn't take too much. Okay, I hear it coming out the low point drain, so we're going to turn these low point drains back off and we're going to disconnect this and we're done with this step, and next we're going to be back inside. Okay, I have flipped the valve now into the position where it's going to draw out of our tank there, or our jug of RV antifreeze. Now we're going to go into the bathroom and we're going to turn on the water pump, the top switch, and it should immediately start drawing out of that. You can see it's sucking it down. It's going to build up pressure because we should have everything closed right now. We'll see if that works out for us. So now that we've got everything pressurized, we're going to go through and turn on all the fixtures and get the RV antifreeze in all the traps and through all the faucets. So we'll start right here at the sink. That did not take long. We'll scoot over here into the bathroom. We'll go to the shower. Alright, we got plenty through there. We'll get the toilet next here. Alright, we're good with that. Now we're going to step outside and we're going to get the outdoor shower. So I've tucked some paper towels underneath this filter housing. Now if I had done this before I put the RV antifreeze into the system, we wouldn't have to throw the paper towels under here. We wouldn't have to catch as much anyways. But I missed that, so not a big deal. We just need to throw some paper towels under here. So, if you can see, there's definitely some crud in this. Not a lot. I've seen a lot worse, but there you go. So, beyond that, it actually looks pretty good. But we'll make sure everything looks good in that. Yeah, that seems good now. We'll make sure nothing's there. And then we can reinstall this filter housing cap. Maybe. There we go. Get that crank back on there. Make sure that we've got everything wiped up and we don't leave a mess under there. We're looking good. So now we're going to proceed to the next step and we're going to pour RV antifreeze down all the drains. So we already ran some through here, but I'm doing a combination of things here. When I pour stuff down the drain, I'll catch both sides here, just make sure we've got everything covered. But we're not only going to make sure that the traps have it, but we're also going to make sure that we have a little bit in the tank, because there's probably some water left, even though the tanks have been drained. It's not bad. I don't mind having an extra gallon or two down in each tank, just to make sure that nothing's going to freeze. So everything but the toilet is going to go into the gray tank. the toilet goes in the black tank. So we're going to throw another gallon straight down the toilet, and we're going to put 1 gallon, kind of split it up amongst the other drains, and then we should be good. Okay, I've got the cover, the access panel back on. I've got the drawer back in. I'm going to go and I'm going to wipe any antifreeze out of the sinks and the fixtures just to make sure that there's no staining or anything. I don't know that it's supposed to do that, but it's easy to wipe them out. We're going to go back outside. We're going to wind up the shower head and tuck that back in, and then I think we're in pretty good shape. Okay, we've got everything buttoned up out here. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to tuck dryer sheets everywhere to make sure to keep the rodents out over the winter, and also some of the little electronic rodent repelling devices are a great idea to toss those in as well. But as far as the plumbing goes, we're totally ready for below freezing temperatures, and we're going to be good to go. Hopefully you found this video helpful.